So you've made the decision to install a basic battery system along with your solar, but what will that do for you? What appliances will you be able to run? I'm Warren Miller, the Director of Sales and Marketing with Paradise Energy Solutions.
And I'm Larry Byler, the Director of Estimating at Paradise Energy Solutions.
Welcome, Larry. So Larry, if I decide to get a basic battery system, what's it going to do for me?
Yeah, so the basic battery system will do just that, power basic loads. And we can get into a few more details, but on a very basic level, it's going to allow you to run surge loads of about 7 kW, continuous loads of about 5 kW, and you'll be able to install batteries somewhere in the range of 9 to 28 kilowatt hours.
So what does that mean to me in terms of loads or appliances that I can run?
Yeah, so we'll break this down to an example. Let's assume that you want to back up a well pump, 2 freezers, and 4 light bulbs. Let's say the 4 light bulbs are LED light bulbs, so they're 13 watt. They're a lot more efficient. So there's 3 things that we need to consider. First of all, can our equipment handle the surge loads? So some loads, like the well pump and the freezers, will surge when they start up. They'll have a higher power requirement right when they start. So can our equipment handle that surge and actually get those loads started? In our example, in our basic system here, the surge load is actually going to be higher than what our equipment can handle. So our equipment in this system would not be able to handle the well pump, 2 freezers, and the 4 light bulbs surge if they all start at the same time. The second question that we look at is, can our equipment handle the running watts if all of those loads are running at the same time? So the first was the starting watts if they all start at the same time. Now this is looking at if they're all running at the same time. And in our example, the running loads is in the range of what our equipment can do, so we're good there. Thirdly then, can the batteries hold enough kilowatt hours to power the loads as long as I want them to? And that's really a question for the consumer. You know, how long do they want these loads powered? In our example, each of these batteries could provide approximately 3.5 hours of runtime if all 4 of these loads are running at the same time: the well pump, the 2 freezers, and the 4 light bulbs.
Great. And what are some of the limitations of this basic package?
Yeah, so some of the limitations, it's only for lightly used smaller loads. And if you think about our example, you know, we talked about a well pump, 4 light bulbs, and 2 freezers. That might not seem like a lot, but even with those loads, we're not able to handle the surge capacity of all those loads start at the same time. So it's only for smaller loads. Also, this system does not interact with a generator. So if you have a generator, you'll have to decide, do I want my loads powered by the battery in an outage, or do I want them powered by the generator in an outage? Because you can't do both. Another limitation is that if you have a solar array with multiple solar inverters, only one of those inverters can be used to back up the battery in case of an outage. So you're a little bit limited there on how much solar can be used to back up the battery. And then one more limitation of this system is that you can only have 1 battery inverter per system. So that means if you want to power more loads, you can't just simply add more battery inverters to the system. You're limited to 1. Now I expect that we'll see some changes in this area for manufacturers in the future to allow more flexibility, but that's where it's currently at.
Okay, so someone looking at a battery system, those are some concerns or issues that they should just be aware of. And a system like this, that's a basic system, what would that cost?
So our basic system is about $15,000, 15,000 plus for 1 battery, 25,000 plus for 2 batteries, and 35,000 plus for 3 batteries. And then you'll have a higher cost if it's not installed with the solar array. So you're looking at about 15 to 40,000 depending how many batteries you want to install.
Great. Excellent. Thank you again, Larry, for your expertise. So just to recap really quickly, a basic package you can expect to run maybe a couple small refrigerators, a few light bulbs, and a well pump for 3.5, 4 hours or so. But please note that the surge capacity might prevent you from starting all of those at the same time. So that's something to keep in mind. And then the other considerations that we talked about, if you have a generator that you want to interact with this, you might want to consider an advanced package as well. And the costs of these systems typically range about $15 to $25 or $30,000, depending on how large you go with a basic package. So thanks again, Larry. We appreciate your expertise.